You what, mate? Are SimRacers right in being angry that LMU is going to have paid DLC before the game even comes out of early access? That is what we're going to be talking about in this video, as well as looking at what is coming to LMU and my thoughts on LMU and its current status as a game and racing simulator. If you like this content, what is wrong with you? Well, thanks for using our affiliate links in the description when buying stuff that you don't need but makes Sims more fun to play, and a massive thank you to all the channel members and supporters that allow this content to take place. You're not getting into the shelter when the bombs drop, you're on the government list. Let's get on with the video. So, paid DLC for an early access title. It has enraged some people, and other people are quite happy about it. I can see multiple angles to this, and I can see that all the different groups of views on it are actually quite justified. So if you just bought a game, and then it's not really a 1.0 version of the game, it still has crashing bugs in it, it is very much an early access title. If you just bought that game, and then the developer's like, oh hey, we're not even done 1.0 yet, it's not finished, but guess what? Here's some DLC for you to buy. You're going to be like, hang on a minute, I've just bought the game, why do you want more money off me? Where does it stop? So that enrages people, especially people on a tighter budget. I can see why hardcore fans of LMU, people related to Michi Hoyer, I can see how they don't really care. They'll be like, awesome, more content, developers working on the game, we've already had updates, and this is just more stuff for us to get more enjoyment out of something we're already enjoying. So I can see why they're totally happy. And then I would say, in my personal view, I have a worry. My worry, which is I've not seen anyone else convey this worry, my worry is that LMU could end up dividing its user base up, and it could sort of ruin the online by having more DLC and no way for some people to access it versus other people that haven't bought the content. That's my worry. So I think those are the sort of three positions. Person that's just bought it, that's on a budget, that's annoyed that they're being sold to more stuff to buy. People that are hardcore fans that are happy with everything because they're related to Michi Hoyer. And then people like me that are just really worried about the sustainability of the game and how DLC and stuff, especially without the game being a 1.0 version, how that could divide the player base up, ruining the biggest selling point of LMU. Now, as a bit of a reality check, I don't think you can complain as a player too much about the pricing of LMU and what you actually get for that price. I know a lot of people have been critical because of how motorsports games is in its history, but look, Commander Hood has been turning things around, and if you compare LMU to iRacing, for example, this morning, I loaded up LMU, I jumped in, I did a fixed Corvette race. It was 8 AM in the morning, that's not exactly peak time for sim racing. There was 30 plus cars, and the race that I had was absolutely bloody fantastic. The netcode was better than iRacing, the physics were better than iRacing, the graphics were better than iRacing, the sound mostly better than iRacing. It was pretty much a better experience than iRacing, but even if you're going to be pessimistic, you say it's on a par with the experience of iRacing. It's arbitrarily different, but on a par with iRacing. Let's say that. Well, iRacing is going to cost you £240 for the first each year for the first 3 years, and LMU you can buy for £24. Now, I know iRacing is a different game, it has different stuff in it, it has events, you know, whatever. Maybe you get value from iRacing. But, and also maybe iRacing is a stupid example because it is a ludicrously expensive game. But within the context of Sims and value for money for gameplay and what you're going to get out of it, the basic £24, which means that you can basically jump on and get a organised ranked race whenever you want, it's very good value for money. It's really quite good value. So putting that in your mind and keeping that perspective, the fact that they're going to do some DLC, and hopefully that DLC is not a ludicrous price, if the DLC is a reasonable price, I don't think you can really complain too much, to be honest. Really, just from a raw value for money perspective. I get it if you're on a budget, you don't want to keep buying stuff, but you know, I think actually it's really quite good. And then with the new update that's on the way, we're getting the car radar, which totally is not inspired from Assetto Corsa, which was then dragged into ACC, which totally... They did not take the car radar from those games at all. It's entirely their own unique design of car radar. But look, if it works, it works. Who cares? Looks like they've really thought about it and how it operates. You can watch their dev video to see more on that. They've got some more stuff for like how rolling starts work and just general polish. That's going to be in the game regardless of if you buy the DLC or not. So there's just like a lot of work going into this game. I think the developers really actually chooching down on this. I think they're probably all sweating in their office. I think they're being whipped. Commander Hood's going around with it. He's not whipping them. He's going around with a spade, slapping them on the head, which is why some aspects of the game are a little bit weird. It's very hard to program when someone's hitting you on the head with a spade. But yeah, all told, I actually think LMU's going in the right direction, and I think most people, if they bought it, will have a really good time with it. So I'm pretty optimistic for the update and the DLC, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Obviously, that was a long few minutes of positivity, so let's just dampen that positivity. The force feedback is nowhere near as good in LMU as the original Assetto Corsa. I don't think anything will ever surpass that, but we can hope. We can hope. Maybe one day it will do. But there you go, guys. That is my thoughts on the update that's on the way. Let me know what you think in the comments. You always do. Until the next one. Happy tea drinking, take care, and goodbye.